All right. So welcome everyone. Dana Stone, and I'm excited about day 3, First, I want to honor you. I really want to acknowledge you and honor you that you're here with me and you've spent the last 2 days with me, either live or on the recordings, and you've taken 3 hours out of your life, and you could have been doing a lot of other things during that time, but you spent that time in investing in yourself and your growth. So I have to acknowledge you for that, and you should acknowledge yourself for that, because this call went out to thousands of people, and we have to admit that a lot of people could use this information. It can make a difference in their life, but they didn't all show up. A lot of people wanted to, but they still didn't show up, and you did. So you took that important step in your own growth, and I honor you for that. And take some time to honor yourself for that. So I'm excited about the last couple days, the feedback I've been getting, the texts and the emails and the phone calls about how valuable this has been. I really appreciate that, and I'm so glad, because that's what I want to do. It is my goal to bring this message to as many people as possible, because as I said, I struggled, and I thought that's what life was about. And when I discovered that it's not, and you don't have to go through all that, I want to help people. I want to help people so they can have the results they want without all of the struggle. So that is what I'm here. I'm here to teach people. So if you know anyone who you think would benefit from these last 3 days in the masterclass, invite them into the group, because it's posted in the group. And I encourage you to invite them so they can get the empowerment that they need and to shift their life. So that being said, what I do is I teach people, and you've heard me talk about these laws and working with the laws. I teach clients a program. I take them through a program called Working with the Law. And when they use these laws and apply them to their lives, then their lives change, and in dramatic ways. And I've just developed this whole new program that is so comprehensive and so helpful that, I've put together every part that I think was missing from other programs that I've taken, programs that I've given, where there's been a lot of benefit, but not as much as there could have been. So I've put it all together. I've taken those parts and put it all together in a comprehensive program. And I'll tell you a little bit about that later if you're interested in enrolling or continuing your education with me. We'll go through that later on in today's lesson. But the lesson I'm going to give you today is about your paradigm, which is your belief system, your subconscious mind, and about decision. Because decision is what empowers us. It is what breaks down our paradigm. So we're going to go over that today. So it's very important. It's one of the key aspects, besides, of course, taking the time and writing your vision down. And I hope you had a chance to do that. And if you haven't yet, take some time this weekend and do that. Get that done. That's important to do. That is. And it feels good. You'll enjoy that. But as I said, if you want the extra support of the meditation of creating your vision, I'm happy to send that to you. Okay? So I would like to get started on today's lesson. Let's start with the paradigm. The paradigm is our belief system. Now, what our paradigm is it's our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is in every cell of our body. Every cell of our body contains our subconscious mind. So we've talked about cause and effect. So you have a thought, it produces a feeling, and from that feeling, we take action. So we take action how we feel. We feel our vibration. And where that comes from is our subconscious mind. It's not from our thinking mind until those thoughts are impressed on our subconscious mind. So we could think things intellectually. We have these intellectual thoughts of what we would like to accomplish. We have intellectual thoughts about what we need to do, the habits we need to have, the intellectual thoughts. I need to get up an hour early to get more accomplished, or to plan out my day, or I need to make 20 phone calls a day, or I need to make 50 contacts a day, whatever it is. Maybe I want to exercise every day, or what, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, habit that you aren't doing now, you feel like you should be doing it, and you know you would benefit, you think about doing it. But the problem is, well, the challenge is just thinking about it isn't enough, because we already have this paradigm, this belief system. And this belief system is how we operate. And that has been impressed in our subconscious mind. And so that's where we take action from. We take action from our subconscious mind. But our subconscious mind doesn't think. It will take anything that is impressed upon it. It doesn't think. It doesn't make decisions. It doesn't stop and think, I should work out today. That's your intellectual mind that thinks that. And then you can impress that upon yourself and make a decision that that's what you're going to do. Or you could let your old patterns or subconscious mind take over. It's not used to exercising every day. It doesn't want to. It's not motivated to do that. So it likes the pattern of not exercising, or the pattern of not accomplishing what you want to accomplish, or not waking up early, because that's what it's used to. See, the paradigm and the subconscious mind is all about habitual self, your habitual patterning. It's not who you are as a person, but it is who you've become because you haven't stepped in with your conscious mind to make those shifts. You try to, you try to. This is where we talk about the vibration. So this subconscious mind is living on a vibration, a frequency, and your subconscious mind feels comfortable there. It feels good. Your subconscious mind doesn't say this is good, this is bad. It just accepts it all, and it tries to repeating that pattern, tries to keep you there. It's trying to help you. It's trying to help you live your life. You ever get in the car and you know that you're going to the store, or you're going to work, or somewhere you go to a lot, and you arrive there and you can't even remember driving there. You can't even remember how you got there because your subconscious mind took over for you. It knew exactly how to get there. It knows how to drive. It knows how to watch the road. Your conscious mind is involved too, but it took over for you and it accomplished that for you. And that's what your subconscious mind is always working to do for you, to keep the patterns, just keep the patterns going for you. So you think in your intellectual mind, I want to change something. I want to create something new. I want to start this new habit, this new pattern, working out, or steps you take for productivity, or just something different. Whatever that is, you create that in your conscious mind. And you go and you take action, but your subconscious mind is used to the feeling that it lives on. It's used to that. So it's kind of an addiction in a way. in a way, it's an addiction. So personally, I kind of think everything's addiction, but it is an addiction in a way, because what happens is what created it were specific thoughts and emotional impacts that created the belief system, you know, and when you're a baby, you have no conscious discernment, you know, you just accept everything that comes in, all the energy and thoughts come in, and that becomes who you are. So as we keep thinking those thoughts and they become beliefs, so those patterns, you know, that keeps our feeling and our vibration in the same spot. It kind of releases this chemistry in our body, and our body gets used to that chemistry and it craves it. So a good way to explain it, if someone has anger issues and they're angry, and their body, chemicals are released from that anger and their body gets used to that. And soon their body craves that. And so maybe the person with anger issues all of a sudden start picking fights with people or finding ways to be angry because their body is calling for that chemical, you know. It's similar to that. So your subconscious mind, which is in every aspect, every cell of your body is an instrument of your mind. And that's what it does. You take action from the instrument of your mind. It's trying to hold that frequency the same patternings. That's the way it feels safe. It's accepted what's been impressed on it. It's accepted that is true. And it wants to keep living that for you. So when you learn how to impress new thoughts, then your paradigm changes because your subconscious mind changes and stretches, and you teach your body how to live in a different feeling, a different vibration. Are you tracking with me? It was a lot. So what happens? We have this vibration we're living on. We've created by, you know, the impressions and the thoughts and the emotional impacts. And we're locked into that frequency. We're used to it. It's comfortable. And then we go to take action on our goal, you know, go to take that action. I want to get up at 6 a.m. I want to work out. I want to make these calls. And that is outside of our vibration that we live on. It's outside of our frequency. And so we go to take action and we feel the fear, the terror barrier. We feel it. It comes up for us because we're not in line with that vibration. We haven't created that yet for our subconscious mind and our subconscious body. So it feels uncomfortable. And then we press snooze and snooze and snooze. And then that's our normal time to wake up. Or we don't exercise. We put it off till tomorrow. Or we make a few phone calls and it doesn't feel comfortable. And so we kind of give up. This isn't working. Whatever it is, your paradigm will find all the excuses it needs. It will. There's a million excuses and conditions to bring you back to where it feels comfortable. It will bring you back to your old patterns because that's what it wants. That's what it likes to feel. It wants to go back to living your life for you in the same patterns that it's used to, that you've had for years, that are deeply ingrained. And that's why you keep living the same life over and over. But the key to working through the paradigm is to making a decision and taking those steps, even though you're afraid. That's the only way to break through. So it seems like it's simple. It does. But it's not, because you feel that fear, and the fear feels real. So our paradigm is coming up with all these excuses. You've heard these throughout your whole life of why this isn't going to work for you. You know, why you're unworthy. why that's okay for other people, but not you. But that's why studying these laws and really learning about how powerful you really are, and learning about how you are just your habitual patterns, but you're meant for so much more. And when you study these laws and you see that everything happens by law, it's easier to break through that paradigm. Because you could intellectualize, you could use your intellect to impress upon your subconscious body. I know that what I'm seeing before me, the fear, is not true. I know that I am more. I am in control. My big self is in control. And I'm going to use that. And I'm going to use the mental faculties of my imagination to create the life I want. And I'm going to use my will to hold that picture on the screen and my perception of what's real. And I'm going to bring myself to where I want to go, and I'm going to take that step. And it's easier. It's easier when you have the confidence in the laws and the confidence in yourself. And that's what working with these laws will do for you. That's what they've done for me. So how long does it take to get over a paradigm? I don't know. It's different for everyone. It depends on how strong the paradigm is. I've had some powerful paradigms that I have broken through. And it's not that you break through and then your paradigm's gone. It's a practice, but it gets easier. And once you do break through some paradigms and you do something that felt scary for you, then it feels easier and it empowers you. I was very scared the first time I put out a video on Facebook. I was afraid to do that. I don't know if you saw the first video I put out in my group, or on my page, but I talked about how I had this video for 9 months until I put it out. I had it for 9 months. It was my intention. I wanted to create videos to help people, but I was afraid. I was afraid to get vulnerable. But once I did that, it was easy for me. Then I started making videos all the time, and I enjoy it. Now, does it mean fear doesn't ever come up about the videos? No, our fear came up about this masterclass, but it's easier to get past that fear and to recognize, oh, there it is again. It's okay. I've got this. And that's how these laws can help you. And that's how studying this work can help you. So, did you know that there is a single mental move you can make, which in a millisecond will solve enormous problems for you? It has a potential to improve almost any personal or business situation you will ever encounter. And it could literally propel you down the path to incredible success. We have a name for it, this magic mental activity. It's called decision. And that is from Bob Proctor. And he teaches a lot on making a decision, because the lack of making a decision, the indecision, is responsible for destroying careers. It's responsible for killing ideas, for keeping you small. And that means making a decision without the influence of other people. We've talked about the masses. They're in the fear consciousness. You don't want to go to other people to help you with a decision, people who aren't in touch, because you have the answers inside of you. You have an incredible mental faculty called intuition, where you can connect to your spiritual side with all the answers for you. So instead of going to other people and asking for help, how can they possibly know what's good for you if they're not living in your body and with your life and your thoughts? They can't. No one can truly know that for you. It has to come from within. I'll tell you, I've made major decisions in my life because of other people's influence. I have their advice, their opinions, and they were only trying to help me and give me the advice of what they thought was best for me. But they have been some of the worst decisions I've made in my life, the worst. And now I'm willing to listen to advice and wisdom, and I'm open to it, but I make the final decision for myself. And I do it from abundance instead of fear. And no one totally knows what's right for you. So be open to others' wisdom, but the decision always has to come from you. My decision always comes from me. You know, you would think that something this important, making a decisions in your life, would be taught to us, but we're not taught this because we're not taught how to think. No one teaches us how to think. From the time we go to school, we're just taught not to think. They were preparing us to work in the factories, and the education system hasn't changed since then. And that's the problem in society. We're not taught how to think. We're taught how to have this mass consciousness mentality, and which is fear and control. And that's why only 3% of the population are really winning. And those 3% who are winning, they make decisions. They make a decision rapidly, not according to what the masses are doing, but according to what they feel in their intuition is right for them. They gather the information and their own intuition. That's where they make decisions from, and quickly. Indecision sets up so much internal conflict in your life. Part of that is because you know what you want. Part of you knows what you want. And then the other part of you is scared, or it doesn't line up to what everyone's telling you to do. Or it doesn't feel comfortable because it's outside of your paradigm. And that creates a lot of inner conflict because you have two things opposing each other. And then you don't make a decision. And not making a decision is a decision in itself. It's a decision to stay where you're at. And staying where you're at, it's not stillness, it's disintegration. And a lot of it has to do with the trust in yourself and your own abilities. Because once you make a committed decision, you will find the people, you will find the resources and the ideas to help you every time. That committed decision is what you do when you picture your dream. You have to make the committed decision. It's not just having the dream and the fantasy. That's beautiful. And feeling that, getting into that vibration, it feels good. But until you make the committed decision that you are going to have that, then it's just a fantasy. But when you make the committed decision, it becomes a goal. And then you start working towards it. And then all sorts of things begin to happen. You pass that invisible boundary. I'll tell you, the only consideration you need to weigh when you are making a decision is, what do you want? That is the most important thing. Because your paradigm and your old thinking is going to try to keep you from going forward. So don't let those circumstances affect you. Bypass that and go to, what do I want? And the circumstances, don't look at the results. Don't keep looking at your results. When you focus on that, you'll keep getting that. Make a strong decision. Set a course for it. Put it on your calendar. I'm doing this. Don't second guess it. Don't have your energy go back and forth. Go straight forward. Learn to make decisions quickly. Anyone who studies great thinkers and the people who have achieved the most in their life, they will tell you there's one thing that they all agree on. They don't agree on everything at all, but there's one thing they all agree on. And what they agree on is we become what we think about. We become what we think. So if you think you can make the decision and accomplish it, then you will. If you think all of the circumstances will get in the way, then that's what will happen. And it's a practice. It's a practice. So just practice thinking, what do I want? And think about, where are you making a decision from? Are you making it from fear and lack? Don't worry about failure. If you fail, it's a lesson that you needed to learn. There is no such thing as failure. There's only failure to do. So recognize the greatness in you. You're an infinite being. You are limitless. You are limitless. Not that person's limitless and you're not, you are. Start today. Make the decision because you are capable of greatness. H.L. Hunt said, decide what you want. Decide what you are prepared to give up to get it. Set your mind on it and get on with the work. So decide, what are you prepared to give up to get it? Give up your old thinking. Give up your indecision. I had to give that up. It's a work in progress. Make your own decisions for yourself. Don't let circumstance decide for you. Don't let your partner decide for you. Don't let your parents decide for you. Don't let society decide for you. We don't want to be on mashed consciousness of fear. You decide. You have that power within you. And practice it. Start practicing making a decision from what you want. And you'll figure it out. If you don't know how you're going to get there, that's okay. You're not supposed to know how. Just make the decision because there's power in it. At the moment of commitment, the universe conspires to assist you. That's from Goethe. So what do you think the power of being able to make a committed decision would do for you in your life? Start practicing. So I would like to ask you, have you benefited from this information over the last 3 days? Have you found value in it? I hope you found this incredibly valuable. So do you think that working together, working with me over the next year in a program together would help you achieve your goals, would help you change your life? Do you think working with me and learning and studying these principles, these laws, and aligning them to your life would help you to create a life you would love? And think about your vision of what you would love. After a year, we've been studying together. And you are living that life. Do you think that if you live for the next year without studying, without making the decision, and without applying these principles, what do you think your life will look like there, then, at that point? So I want to go over with you this new program that I have put together. And what I've done is I've taken the lessons I've learned, as I mentioned before, in coaching for the past 4 years, I've coached many different people in different programs at different speeds, and I've put everything together from what I've learned also from my own development of what really is the best combination, the best formula to really achieve your goals and achieving the results you want in your life, in your personal life, and in your career and your business. So I've put together this new program, and it is called Change Your Life. Now, whether you want to enroll with me or not, I want you to pay close attention, because what I'm going to go over right now, they are the laws, and exactly how these laws work and what you need to do to create more freedom and flow in your life and to get the life that you would love. So don't get off the video. Don't stop watching, even if you're not interested in enrolling, because you will benefit from this information that I'm about to share with you. So let me describe it. It's a year-long program. What we're going to do is we're going to be learning these laws. I'm going to take you through Bob Proctor and Mary Morrissey. They have done a couple of programs together, and one of them is called Working with the Law. So it teaches you these 11 laws of success. So what you will get is their program. It's an audio program and a workbook teaching you these laws. So every month there's a new law that we're going to be working with. So we're going to learn about the law of thinking. And we've touched on this law over the last 3 days a lot. In the law of thinking, you'll learn the concepts that we've been talking about. Everything is created twice. How our thoughts create our results. Being impeccable about your thinking and questions to help you notice what you're noticing. Practical steps to eliminate the thoughts you don't want. Steps to help you focus on the thoughts you do want. We'll learn about the law of supply, where we learn to agree only with abundance. We live in an abundant universe. We'll have tasks to align your thoughts with this truth. We'll study the law of attraction. We love the law of attraction. So the mind is a magnet, and it attracts whatever corresponds to its ruling state. Whatever we image in the mind, whatever we accept or think about, will bring into our life the things and the conditions that we are in harmony with. That's the vibration. So we have to be careful about what we think about. That's what we're attracting. We're going to dive deep into that and practice together and apply it. We're going to learn about the law of receiving. And in order to receive, we actually first must give. You know, giving activates receiving. You wouldn't go to a wood stove and say, give me heat, without first giving the wood. We're going to dive deep into that. And we're going to learn about the law of increase, also known as the law of praise. Praise changes our perspective of others, of our circumstance, of ourself. You know, I've had clients change their life and change a circumstance that they were wanting to get through that was actually created in the mind using just the law of increase. And using that praise and that praise of themselves. And it was an incredible experiment that we did from one of my classes. And it really, people made incredible shifts. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. They were to overcome that which they were seeking to overcome. The law of compensation. If you want to increase your compensation, you have to become larger in your mind. You have to do everything successfully. You have to become a person of increase. You have to diligently practice your craft and hone it. And that's what I do. I help people set this up. This is what I've done for myself. I always thought I would get bigger when I got the promotion, but really had to get bigger to get the promotion. That's what I'm doing all the time. I'm getting bigger myself. I'm reaching more people, having a bigger impact. I'm getting bigger before that comes in. That's what I keep doing and up-leveling. I'm always studying. I'm always learning. I'm in the 6 a.m. club. We'll study about the law of non-resistance. What we resist persists. We apply the law of non-resistance and stop resisting, start focusing on what you want to create. You find ways to allow prosperity and flow, and it comes easily to you. And then we study about the law of forgiveness. That's an incredibly important law. And I've actually had people argue with me about how they want to keep their anger, but you can't. You can't keep your anger, and have a free-flowing, positive life. You can't. And forgiveness actually frees us. It's not about them, it's about us. It's a shift in perception. It's a choice. And it's a process. And when you're holding on to non-forgiveness, it takes up a lot of energy and space in your life and your thoughts. And it doesn't leave the room you need to allow flow and creation. We're going to study about the law of sacrifice. You have to give up the lesser to gain the greater. Focusing on the greater makes it easier to give it up. It does. Discipline is a vehicle which we implement the law of sacrifice. It starts with the discipline of thinking. Just like the forgiveness, what you have to sacrifice in order to get what you want. If you want a positive, free-flowing life with wealth, you have to give up your thoughts of anger, your thoughts of lack, thoughts of sickness. You have to sacrifice those thoughts in order to get the life that you would love. There's a law of obedience. This law is really about getting in harmony with the laws of the universe and the way it works. Obedience to the laws. Just like we can't ignore the law of gravity or pretend it doesn't exist. It doesn't make it go away. How to get in harmony with these laws. And then life gets a whole lot easier. A farmer learns to work with the law of compensation. You reap what you sow. He plants corn and he gets corn, not apples. We plant compassion and love and respect and increase. And we till the soil and remove the weeds of doubt and fear and uncertainty. And we reap the things we sow. The study of these laws increase our understanding, which expands our awareness. And awareness is what moves us up the spiral of our own evolution. It keeps us on the green, growing edge of our own becoming. And then we will study the law of success, which that's the intention of God, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, that each one of us is to be successful, to be great, to prosper, to progress. All the processes of nature are successful. Nature knows no failure. She never plans for anything but success. Success is within each of us. We just need to learn how to develop it. So do you wish to succeed? Because you can. You possess everything you need within yourself. All you need is to gain the awareness and the principles in which success is based, and then apply the right methods of operating these causes until success is earned. Great things are no less possible than small things. So do you see how studying and getting in line with these laws could help you create a life you would love? So what I'm also going to do, okay, you get Mary Bob's program, and we're going to study that together. So we're going to study one law a month. 2 weeks of it, we're really going to focus on that law together. And the other 2 weeks, we're going to do a supplemental lesson that will support whatever that law is of the month. So what I'm also going to include, and I've never taught these two together, I'm so excited about it. So I put this together because it's so supportive together. This is the ultimate transformational package. And yes, it takes a year. But it doesn't mean you won't start seeing results right away. You will. But the thing that happens, it's like learning a foreign language. You're not going to just study for 3 months and then go out and think you could be fluent. You're going to study for longer. You're going to need to. It's repetition. And that's the first law of learning, is repetition. And that's what we're going to be doing. So we have all those paradigms to change. We have to impress something new in our subconscious minds. So what I'm also going to include to supplement this is, it'll correspond with the lesson. The intellectual factors. Bob and Mary did another program together about the 6 mental faculties. It's called Into Your Genius. And it's about, you've heard me talk about some of these intellectual faculties. So it's reason, memory, intuition, imagination, will, and perception. So we're going to dive deep into that program as well. And we're going to use that in working with the law as well. And I know those are only 6, but I have other material as well for the months we're not working with that. So I have a lot of other content, self-image, I have leadership lessons and content and productivity. And I'm also, so that's what you're going to get with the program. You're going to get working with the Bob and Mary's program, working with the law. You're going to get the Into Your Genius, Bob and Mary's program, Into Your Genius. You're going to get 2 monthly group coaching calls, 2 a month. And they'll be about an hour each. They could go over a little bit too. Now, group coaching is incredible in creating this community. We're creating together the support. It's so supportive, and it's a mastermind together. But also private coaching is so helpful. It's just one concept from our call together could help you make quantum leaps. So I have included 1 private coaching call a month. And I'm also going to have a 6 a.m. study group. A 6 a.m. study group. So we'll meet 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we will study this material together. We'll listen to the lesson, and then we'll have a discussion about it. And that is incredible. This is going to make a huge difference in your life and your progress. This is an incredible program that I've put together. Because when I think about myself and my clients, I think about how I was before I was a completely different person. I was not seeing the results I wanted. I wasn't having the relationship I wanted. I wasn't even meeting the people I wanted to meet. They weren't even available on the frequency that I was at. And I wasn't confident in myself. I didn't believe in myself. I did in some ways, but but not enough. I needed to expand my belief in myself. And that's what this work has done for me, because your belief in yourself is really just your paradigm. It's not who you really are as a person. And when you have someone who believes in a higher order for you, it's incredibly powerful for you. It's been incredibly powerful for me. And now I want to share that belief with you. So if you were to add everything up in this package to know the value of it, the program working with the law and the coaching that goes along with that would be worth $8,000. The Into Your Genius, that program with the coaching, would be worth $4,000. The private coaching, the monthly private coaching, would be worth $2,500. And honestly, I can't really put a value on the morning group study program. It's around 150 hours, you know. So I don't know many other people doing that. So I would, if I had to, I would say that itself is probably worth $15,000. I mean, because for us to study together and go over the ahas, you know, it would have to be, yeah, $10,000 to $15,000. I'm not even including that. If I add the rest up, I'm at $14,500, not even including the $10,000 to $15,000 study group. And I'm telling you, what people would charge for this. I've seen people charge $24,000, because I am bringing in a lot of other content that you're going to benefit from. So my price for this is $7,500 for the year-long program. That is so much support. It is so much support. I can't see you, if you step into this, if you step into this and show up, there's no way your life won't change in a significant way. So I'm keeping it at the $7,500 for the next 2 weeks, because it's a new setup that I put together. But after that, when I add people into this group, it's going to be $12,000, because it's absolutely worth it. I know it has more value than that. So, but I want to make you another offer. So if you want it, if you want to pay in full, up front, I will do that for you for $6,500. I will drop the price to $6,500 for the next 5 days. Okay, so you'll have that option of paying in full over the next 5 days of $6,500. I also want to give you another bonus, because I want to reward a quick decision for you. I want to reward that. So I want to give you another bonus so the first 5 people to sign up will receive 1 extra private coaching call from me. And you could use that anytime you wish to during the course of the course. So if you want to work out a payment plan, let me know. We'll schedule a call together. I'm going to put in the comments, if you're interested in this, you could email me or text me that you're interested, and I will send you a link that I'm going to put in the comments on how to get on my calendar and schedule a call together. So if you are interested, if you are ready to jump in, you're done with the results that you've been having. You're willing, you're ready to dive into this material. You're ready to make changes in your life. If you're ready, then schedule a call with me and we will get you started. I'm really excited about the way this program is put together. I am, because there are a lot of coaches out there that are throwing things out there only to earn a living. And yes, I want to earn a living. course I do. But I want to support you, and I want to see the transformation for you. So I put this together in a way that will support you at the best way possible. It's not about the program. It's not about what I've done. It's about you getting the results you want. It's about you living the life of freedom and flow. It's about you feeling confident in yourself and being happy, healthy, and wealthy, and attracting and manifesting what you would love. It's not about settling anymore. It's about you stepping up and living like the top 3%. Or however you want to live. That is what this is about. So think about your vision. It might seem really impossible from where you're standing right now, but it's possible when you use the laws of the universe. It will happen for you. If you put the work in, if you come to this and you show up, it will happen for you. So I want to ask you, what is it going to cost you not to take action on your dream? What will it cost you to keep living the way you've been living? For me, it was costing me my health, my self-confidence. It was costing me everything. I had no choice. I gave myself no choice because I couldn't live the way I was living. I mean, I could have, but I didn't want to. And when I see my clients jump in and make a committed decision, this is where that comes in. The decision, are you going? Are you going to decide for what you want? If the desire to change is there, if you want to do this program and get the results, then do it. Make the decision. And the resources and what's necessary for you will appear for you. Trust in that. Trust in the law. I know you haven't studied it yet, but we've been talking about it now for the past 3 days. So trust in yourself and bet on you, because I'm betting on you. It's the only thing that you really have control of. You don't have control of what everyone else does. You don't have control of all the circumstances, but you have control of how you live in the world. And I could show you how to show up for more abundance. Don't let your paradigm stop you from getting what you really want and what you deserve, what you deserve. As a spiritual being, as an infinite, limitless being, you deserve to have what you want. So let me help you. Let me show you the way. If one advances confidently in the direction of their dreams, let that be you. I hope it's you. I do. I've so enjoyed being with you guys today and over the past 3 days. If you're in and you're ready to take this work further, write in the comments, I'm in, and click on the link and schedule a time that we can have a conversation. And some of you know right now, this is what you want, you're in, you know it's going to make a difference for your life. Go ahead and schedule that time and we'll get started. I'll get you set up. And some of you are just thinking about it. You want to, you're not sure, you have some questions about it. You're thinking, how can you work it out? And I will help you with that. So for those of you who want this, who have the desire, who are willing to do the work, who are committed to your own growth, schedule that call too. Schedule that call. All right? So I look forward to talking to you. And for those of you that aren't quite ready, but you're thinking about it, keep going. Keep doing everything you've learned over the last 3 days. You know, keep going. Keep your vision. Keep working with your paradigm. Keep doing this work, you're thinking. And eventually you will make a decision to fully step in. Keep going. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Because When you discover the power of who you really are, it's freedom and there's no going back. And I want that for you. I'm going to hold a vision of you stepping into your greatness, stepping into your dream. And I'm not going to stop. So it was wonderful being with you over the past 3 days. I'm kind of sad it's ending. But hopefully for some of you, it won't be the end. It will be a new beginning. So thank you for your energy. I thank you for your thoughts, your energy, your love, and your presence in this 3 days. I'm here for you. Stay in the group, post in the group if you found value in this. And let's go forward through this together. Have a great day. Have an incredible weekend, and I will see you soon. All right, I'll stop recording, and then we can have a discussion. Okay, whoops. Can't do 2 things at one time. Hold on 1 second. Let me stop the recording.